Hi students, I'm Dr. Bhavna. In this lecture, we are going to read about the animal kingdom. We are continuing with the animal kingdom in the last few classes. So today also we are going to continue the same because this is a very long chapter and numerous NEET questions in first year are asked based on this topic only. So I'm taking many classes for you to get better used to these all numerous bits which I am asking. I am discussing numerous NEET questions also. We are dealing slowly with different types of phylum. So take a continuation for these all classes. Then still we are left over with core data, and in that again subclasses are present. So that all we will see. We will start today with core data also. So we will just continue with that. In the next classes we will complete. Then later we can start with another topic. So in this animal kingdom, basically in the last class whatever we have started, last class, it's nothing but about arthropoda as well as mollusca. So phylum arthropoda we have dealt in detail. About mollusca we are left over with only few examples. So when it comes to phylum mollusca, in the phylum mollusca, basically, so this mollusca, this is the second largest phylum. Second largest means in the basis of the number of species, it is the second largest one. Only few species. First one is arthropoda. Maximum in our full universe, arthropods, that are insects and all which will come under arthropods, contribute to the majority. Later this mollusca will come. Like in the mollusca there are numerous examples that are related. We will deal now. So they all will come under, again they are classified. So this is the second largest phylum. Second largest. This is the important point that is related to molluscan. Then already we have discussed that they are triploblastic animals, bilaterally symmetrical, coelomates, as well as the another one is organ system level of organization. From platyhelminthes, all will continue with the same. That is nothing but first one is triploblastic, that is ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm are present. Then later organ system level of organization, everything exhibit the same. Then when it comes to metamerically segmented, that will come, as well as coelomates. These all belong to coelomates. They all will have true coelom that is associated with them. Then they all exhibit a special property called as this molluscan exhibit mantle cavity. Mantle cavity means what? See, they will have bodies divided into three parts in mollusks. That is nothing but head, then muscular foot, as well as hump. Like how in arthropods it is divided into head, thorax as well as abdomen. Like this for them also head, muscular foot is present as well as hump is present. Like that of camels, hump is present. Like that, though these are marine organisms, for them also hump is present. So the covering of the hump will have a covering, that is nothing but mantle. Mantle. So this full mollusk's body is covered by calcareous shell which is present, because these all are shell animals, that is they live near the sea and all, they will make numerous shells. Snails and all will come under mollusca only. So their body is covered by calcareous shell and their body is divided into head, foot as well as hump. Hump outer layer is covered by mantle. Between the mantle and the hump, there is a cavity that is present. It is simple cavity, nothing but mantle cavity. So mantle cavity. Mantle cavity is present between the hump as well as mantle. In between those two, a cavity is present that is called as mantle cavity. Important neat question, that's why I'm stressing 2 or 3 times. So when you come to the mantle cavity, what is the use of this mantle cavity? It contains feather-like gills. Feather-like gills are present. So what is this use of these gills? They play an important role in respiratory as well as excretory functions. Respiratory and excretory. Both. What is the respiratory organ or excretory organ for that of mollusks? Important neat question. So respiratory or excretory is nothing but this gills only. These gills only play a very important role. So that is where these gills are present. They are present in the mantle cavity. So these only play a very important role here. Then other one, this anterior head region has sensory tentacles that are present. Sensory tentacles. As well as these mollusks will have a special feature that is nothing but radula. A file-like rasping organ called as radula is present in these mollusks. So what is the use of this? This radula plays an important role in feeding purposes. Feeding. This all I am revising the last class what we have done. So just be thorough with what I am saying. First, it is the second largest one. Second largest phylum. Next, head, muscular foot as well as hump is present. So what this the covering that is present is mantle. This between the hump and mantle there is a mantle cavity which is present. I am going in an order so that you should remember properly. Mantle cavity plays an important role in excretory as well as respiratory functions because gills are present in the mantle cavity. Feather-like gills are present. So these play an important role in respiratory and excretory function. Another one, file-like rasping organ called as radula is present in the anterior region. What is the use of this? This will play an important role in feeding purposes. It plays an important role in feeding. So this one plays an important role. So only two important points in mollusks you should remember. That is nothing but file-like rasping organ called as radula is present. One important thing. Second important thing is about mantle and body is covered by calcareous shell. Only 2 points you should remember. Rest all are similar to that of arthropoda. That is nothing but head, muscular foot, hump. 1 point. Second one about the mantle cavity. Third one about the radula. Important neat question. Rasping organ called as radula is present in which of the phyla? So in which it is present? It is present in this phylum mollusks. So this is the important question that is related to Phylum Mollusca. As well as fertilization is internal fertilization, development is indirect development. Same that of arthropoda only. Everything all are similar. Only 2 points is radula as well as another point is nothing but about the mantle cavity. So this is about the phylum mollusks. You all should remember very thoroughly regarding this. Now we will go to examples that are related to mollusca. So what are the examples that are related? First one is, this is the toughest phylum to remember the examples because all are, rest all are somewhat once or twice if you read you can understand, but these all scientific names will be there. That's why I am taking so much time to repeat all these. First one example is Pila. Pila is also called as apple snail. Whatever snails and all you see which belong to this mollusks are nothing but pila. They are also called as apple snails. Next, pintada. Pintada is pearl oyster. Pearl oyster. Numerous near the sea you all see numerous pearls and all which are produced by numerous mollusks. These are nothing but they belong to Pinctada group. Pinctada, these are also called as pearl oysters. They produce numerous amount of pearls which you see near the sea and all. Whenever you go out, you see numerous near the sea, numerous shells, right? These are nothing but they're produced by this Pinctada only. These all will come under the phylum Mollusca only. Apple snails, that is Pila or Pinctada. Still, next, sepia. Sepia is nothing but cuttlefish. Cuttlefish. Then loligo. Squids. Then later eplesia. Sea hare. Chetoplura. Chiton. Next, dentalium. Tusk shell. Octopus. Devilfish. So these all are the examples that are related to phylum Mollusca. You should read 3, 4, 5 times for you to remember all these. Because, see, these all rust all, suppose tapeworm or liver fluke. These all you can remember they belong to platyhelminths. Then you come to earthworm, you can remember it as Annelida. Arthropods, numerous insects. Cnidarians, they will start with the polyps or medusa that you can remember. Ctenophora, you can remember only two examples, Pleurobrachia, Ctenoclem. 2 or 3 times if you read, but the phylum mollusks, it is very tough for you to remember because all are scientific names and you didn't hear them very frequently. Rest all you have heard once or twice, but these mollusks you did not hear only. So I want you to all to practice 3 or 4 times because scientific names are important and they will give you as match the following in Neet also. They'll give you as match the following or they will give you as numerous, you can see like numerous questions they will ask you. MCQs also they may ask you. So I want you all to be very thorough regarding this aspect. So first one is nothing but Pila. Pila apple snails. These belong to this group. Pinctada is pearl oysters. Whatever snail if you see, then it is nothing but mollusks. Pila apple snail. Pinctada is nothing but pearl oysters, numerous pearls which you see near the sea. Sepia, cuttlefish. Other fishes, they belong to another phyla, that is chordata. Again, they are subclassified. Only the cuttlefish belongs to sepia, belongs to this mollusks. Then loligo is squid. Another with two L's is nothing but Limulus and Locusta. Limulus locusta belong to Arthropoda. But when it comes to loligo or squids, numerous small animals which you see near the sea, squids and all, they belong to this mollusks only. Again, there is a octopus. Octopus is not Arthropoda. It belongs to mollusks. Whatever the marine snails and all you see, everything belong to this mollusks only. So octopus is also called as devilfish. Cuttlefish is sepia, devilfish is octopus. Next, Chetoplura. These three you should remember because numerous times in Neet these questions were asked related to that. Three you should remember. One is Chetoplura, that is nothing but chiton. Chetoplura. Another one is Aplysia. Aplysia is sea hare. Sea hare. And dentalium is tusk shell. You can remember like dental related teeth. So dentalium. Tusk shell like it will be like this. So dentalium tusk shell. Chetoplura chiton as well as Aplysia sea hare. These three belong to phylum Mollusca. This point I want you all to be very clear. Pila apple snail, Pinctada pearl oyster, sepia cuttlefish, loligo squids, octopus devilfish, then dentalium. Dentalium is tusk shell. Then aplysia is sea hare. Ketopleura is chiton. Ketopleura is nothing but chiton. Aplysia sea hare. Dentalium is nothing but tusk shell. So I want you to remember all these scientific names, very important in Neet point of view. So this is about the phylum Mollusca. Only two important points you should remember. That is nothing but about the mantle cavity. That is between the mantle and hump there is a cavity which is useful for excretory as well as respiratory function. And then another important point is nothing but that is related to body is divided into three parts, that all you know. And our file-like rasping organ called as radula is associated with phylum Mollusca. Then examples are very important along with scientific names. Sometimes they'll give sea hare, they'll give, or sometimes they'll give you as aplysia. Like that, scientific names are important. They may give you dentarium or tusk shell, Ketopleura, chiton, octopus. These all are very important in Neet point of view. So this is about the phylum Mollusca. Next we are going to another phylum, that is nothing but Hemichordata. Phylum Hemichordata. So we enter into another phyla, that is nothing but phylum Hemichordata. So in this phylum Hemichordata, what is the important point? Before they are classified as chordates only, but now recent classification they have changed into hemichordates. That is, some are belonging to chordates. These are classified under chordates. Now recently they have changed to hemichordates. Means they have created separate phyla for hemichordata also. Why they have created separate phyla? Because every chordate will have notochord that is present. But in these hemichordates, notochord is not present, stomochord is present. Stomochord. Stomochord is also a rod-like structure that is present, like similar to that of notochord only. But in hemichordates, as notochord is absent, this stomochord is present in the collar region. I'll tell you what is collar and all. So that's why they have classified under separate phyla and they have given different names for that of hemichordata. So in this, stomochord is present in the collar region. This point you should remember very thoroughly. First main point you should remember. And recently they have changed into hemichordates. That point also you should remember. Another important thing, now we start with the same routine order which we follow. That is nothing but these are also triploblastic animals. Triploblastic. And next they belong to organ system level. Bilaterally symmetrical. Next, coelomates. Same that of mollusks, arthropods, or we say annelida, everything will have same features. Stomochord is the one separate thing that is associated with that of hemichordata, but the rest all is same. Triploblastic, organ system level of organization, bilaterally symmetrical as well as coelomates. All the four are present. I told you from Platyhelminthes rest all phyla belong to same group. I already told you. So triploblastic organ system level, bilaterally symmetrical as well as coelomates. That you should remember clearly. Then another important point that you should remember regarding this is their body is divided into again three parts. Like that, how it is divided in mollusks and arthropods. Here also it is divided. Anteriorly, proboscis is present. Proboscis. Next, collar is present. Collar. Then lateral trunk is present. This is the rough diagram of the hemichordates. Anteriorly, proboscis is present. Proboscis. Here, collar is present. And the last one, trunk. So, proboscis, collar as well as trunk, like that of how in arthropoda, head, thorax and abdomen, as well as just now we have done with mollusks, how it is present in mollusks also three again, how it is divided, like that of see three parts it is divided, head, muscular, foot and hump. Like that here again for hemichordates also three parts it is divided. Nothing but anterior proboscis, then collar as well as trunk. Three parts it is divided. Proboscis, collar and trunk. So in this, here only in the collar itself, this stomochord is present. Notochord is mesodermally derived structure that is absent in hemichordates. That's why it is replaced by stomochord. Stomochord. So just now I have told you, stomochord is present in collar region means nothing but this is the stomochord which is present in that of collar region. So this is about the stomochord, collar as well as trunk. So mainly what is the use of this stomochord? What is the use? What is the use of this proboscis as well as collar? Proboscis play an important role in excretion. Excretory organs for that of hemichordates is nothing but proboscis. It plays an important role in excretion. Next, as these all hemichordates are worm-like organisms. These are worm-like organisms, but they are not terrestrial. They are very much marine. They are marine organisms. Marine as well as not terrestrial. And they are worm-like. So they are marine, they are not terrestrial, as well as they are worm-like animals. Worm-like animals means nothing but hemichordates. They resemble worm-like but they are not worms. Tapeworm or some earthworm, these all are real worms. Worm-like means nothing but important Neet question. These are nothing but hemichordates. So they are not terrestrial, they are marine as well as they are worm-like organisms which are present. Then later, when you come to excretion is done. Then when you come to circulatory system is open type of circulatory system. Open type means blood will flow into numerous spaces called as sinuses. There is only one phyla till now what we have done, only which exhibits the open type of circulatory system. That is nothing but arthropoda. You should read like this as comparisons so that will be easy for you. You should read like comparisons. If you read only this, you will remember only this. You should not forget means you should read like differences you should remember. So only phyla till now which exhibits open type of circulatory system is nothing but cockroaches. That is, they belong to arthropoda. They exhibit open type. Then now second phyla which exhibit open type of circulatory system is nothing but hemichordates. So now circulatory system is done, excretory system is done. Excretion, it takes place by anterior proboscis, which is present, which is a body part. Like one specific feature is present for one phyla, right? So for this also similar way, like that it is present. Then now respiration. As these are marine organisms, there is simple respiration. That is nothing but respiration takes place through gills. Anything in water, respiratory organs, majority will be gills only. So that point you should remember. Respiration takes place through gills. Respiration takes place through gills which are present. So three systems we have done. That is open type of circulatory system. Blood will flow into numerous spaces called as sinuses. Then respiratory system is nothing but through gills. That is respiratory organs are gills. Then excretory system is nothing but proboscis, which play an important role. Proboscis. So that is done. Then again it is divided into three parts. That is nothing but anterior proboscis, then collar, then next trunk. Now last part when we come, it is nothing but fertilization as well as development. This is again specifically Cnidarians exhibit external fertilization as well as the Echinodermata exhibit external fertilization. Now third phyla which exhibits external fertilization is nothing but phylum Hemichordata. So fertilization is external as well as sexes are separate. That is they are dioecious animals. Dioecious. Dioecious means what, which I told you. Dioecious means nothing but both males as well as females are separate. So they are dioecious animals. Next, external fertilization takes place. External, internal differences are nothing but external fertilization means it takes place outside the body, means outside in the environment. Internal fertilization takes place within the female. Here it exhibits external fertilization. Next, when you come into development, again same as other organisms, development is indirect development. Indirect. Majority of the organisms till now, majority of the phyla exhibit indirect development as well as internal fertilization. But those which exhibit, just write down, those which I exhibit external fertilization is till now only three. That is nothing but Cnidarians. Cnidarians exhibit external fertilization. Echinodermata exhibits, that is like starfishes and all we have described, right? They exhibit external fertilization. Then now the third one which exhibit external fertilization is Hemichordata. As well as two phyla exhibit open type of circulatory system, that is blood will flow into open spaces is called as sinuses. That is nothing but arthropoda as well as Hemichordata. These two exhibit external fertilization. So this is about the phylum Hemichordata. Now when we come to examples, very simple examples, only two examples are specified in your Neet textbook. That is nothing but Belanoglossus as well as Secoglossus. Examples are nothing but Belanoglossus as well as Secoglossus. Belanoglossus, Secoglossus. You can see there is some rhyming that is related to this. So these two are coming under phylum Hemichordata. Simple to remember examples of Hemichordata like Belanoglossus, Secoglossus. Only two examples that are related. Glossus, anything which comes will come under Hemichordata only. I am saying easy way to remember for you. So when we go again in detail, no need to get so much confused. Only 2-3 important points. Stomochord is present. Rest all same, triploblastic organ system, bilaterally symmetrical, coelomates, everything is same. Then only one important point you should remember, the body is divided into three parts. That is nothing but anterior proboscis, collar, then trunk. Three different parts it is divided. This is nothing but the stomochord which is present. Where is the stomochord present? Important neat question. It is not present in proboscis or trunk. It is present in the collar region. In the middle part, that stomochord is present. So it is present in the collar region. Then same like that of mollusca, respiratory, excretory, vascular system. Respiratory, as these are marine and worm like, important neat question, worm like organisms, they exhibit gills. Respiratory organs are gills. When it comes to circulatory system, it is nothing but open type, specific circulatory system is present. Only in arthropods and this open type is present. Then later, excretion. Excretory organs is nothing but the body part only, that is proboscis is the excretory organ. Then later when we come to fertilization and development, it is external fertilization which takes place as well as indirect development and dioecious. Sexes are separate. Males are separate, females are separate. So this point you should remember. Examples are only two examples, that is nothing but belanoglossus and secoglossus. So this is about the phylum Hemichordata. Next we are entering into phylum Chordata. In the next class we will see about the Chordata, what are the specific features of it and what are the different types that are associated with it, and we will go in detail about the different classes.